As you can see, today is a rainy fall day here in Oregon, and we are actually on the Oregon coast. Today we are going to go thrifting and vintage shopping all up and down the Oregon coast. So get your rain boots on, buckle up, and let's get Goodwill shopping. I spotted the texture on this bowl halfway down the aisle. It is so pretty. It's clearly handmade and it's artist signed on the bottom. Unfortunately, it doesn't have a price tag on it, but that's okay. We are going to take this to the front counter and we are going to find out how much it is. Here is another beautiful handmade studio pottery bowl. It is also signed by the artist on the backside, although it is a different artist. This one's only $4.99, so that makes me pretty hopeful that the other bowl is going to be around that same pricing. Without researching and knowing if either of these are designer, they are still a really good buy. A beautiful handmade studio pottery bowl should be worth anywhere from $30 to $50. And of course, the value can go up from there depending on who the artist is, if they're very collectible, desirable, limited edition. There's so many different factors into the value. This little picture has beautiful coloring on it. It is only $2.99. This would be so pretty with some fall flowers in it. I know what this big piece of glass is. This is by Mikasa. I've actually sold one of these before a few years ago, and I think I sold it for around $40 or $50. So this is going in the cart. I love this party light crystal because this one can be a vase or you can turn it upside down and use it as a candle holder. These don't fetch a huge price tag, but I do think that this would be valued at around $20 to $30. And it's only $3.99. Look at this fun little outdoor patio wicker set. It is only $6.99 for the entire set, and they're in really good condition. I think these would be a really fun gift for my nieces. I'm always looking for thrifty and secondhand gifts that you can give that can be a little bit more special because you know the person you're giving them to would really want them and use them. A pretty little hammered brass goblet. It is only $1.99. We are going to look around on the rest of these end caps and in the kitchen aisle, just in case there are more to this set and they just got separated. Unfortunately, there is no furniture here today. I'm not sure what's going on. I like this vintage chili bowl. This is the perfect season for soup. There's only a single one, but I'm going to get it anyways. I like this stainless steel little pitcher. It's very small, but it's got great shape to it. This could be used for so many different things. For $1.99, I think I'm going to get this for my house. Okay, I've seen these acrylic hands before, and I know some of them are vintage. I don't know for sure if these are. They're $3.99 for the pair. It's so hard for me to tell if these are vintage or if they're newer. Either way, they're really fun, so I think they're worth the investment. Now this is a fun kind of waffle pattern napkin holder. It's made in Denmark, and let's see the price tag on it. It is $4.99. It needs to be cleaned up and oiled, but this is a really great find because these are worth quite a bit. Here is a third studio pottery bowl. This one is also $4.99. I absolutely love the speckled glaze inside. I'm looking close to see if there are any chips because it does have a little bit of an irregular glaze on it, but it doesn't look like they are chips. Today is the day of napkin holders. We're actually finding a ton of kitchen stuff today. This marble one is beautiful. It is $4.99. This baby is going in the cart. These plates are not something I would normally pick up. They're apple shaped and they are $4.99 for the set of 4. I think they're kind of fun. I don't know why, but I think these would be so fun to use in the summertime. For $1 each, we can't pass it up. Ooh, I like the color on this planter. Unfortunately, it has a massive crack in it. Darn, that's too bad because it's only $1.99. These crystal glasses are beautiful. There's a large set of them and they are only 99 cents each. I think I'm going to get the entire set because I am looking for glassware for my online shop for the holidays. It's the perfect time of year to sell beautiful crystal glassware. And I am getting these fun plates. They are not vintage, but the color on them is great. They look very Scandinavian to me, and it's only $4.99 for the set of 4. So it's $1.25 per plate. I'm going to be using these at home. I was in line to check out, but I spotted this planter on a shelf that I missed. It's only $1.99, so we're going to go add that to the cart. I also spotted this beautiful top. It's only $12.99, and this is a brand that sells online for over $100 a top.
Holy cow, that was absolutely amazing. I am in complete shock right now. I took so long in their thrifting that I'm almost late to go have lunch with Jesse. So I've got to go meet Jesse for lunch. We are going to a little restaurant called Cheese. I'm very excited because I've never been there before. It's next door to where we're staying here in Seaside. And then we're going to get back on the road and get thrifting again. Next up, we're going to hit the IR Dale Trading Co. And I have not been here in a long time. It's going to be interesting to see what the stuff's like. They're open Thursday through Sunday from 10 to 5.
This brass vase is a really cool replica of an ancient Chinese drinking vessel. I believe that they were ceremonial vessels and they were used to drink wine out of. It's only $15, and I know that even though it's a replica, these can sell for over $50, sometimes even up to $100. This is a pretty piece of studio pottery. It's artist signed on the bottom. It is $5 and I'm loving the colors on it, so we're gonna get this one. Does anyone else love drinking out of little tiny cups? It's one of my favorite things. These are $1 each, and I think this is the perfect size to have a little baby glass of orange juice in the morning with your breakfast. I'm one of those weird people that would rather refill my cup a few times and have a small, cute little cup to hold. I don't know why. I would love to know if any of you are like that too. Next up, we are going to hit another little thrift store in Seaside, Oregon. This is a beautiful hand-painted egg. I'll show you later on when we get back home what I'm gonna do with this and why I'm picking this up. It's only $2. I'm also gonna get this little set of brass dishes. These are really pretty. I've never seen this exact set before. They are $3 each, but I think this is something I can get around $25 to $30 for in my online shop. Next up, we are gonna hit World of Stuff. And again, I haven't been here in a long time, so I'm excited to get in here and see what they've got. Again, with the fruit, here's another apple thing. It's got a pretty glass bottom with a silver plated top. It is $15 though, so I think I'm gonna put it back. I might regret this later. Tell me if I'm gonna regret it. Kind of like these studio pottery bowls. There's a set of 2 of them. They are $10 each, so I think I'm going to pass on them. This is a pretty little hand-painted creamer. It is $9. It's signed on the back. I love all of these little hand-painted details. I'm not going to get it for $9 because there are also a few little faint chips on the top rim, but it is very pretty. This little brass vase is tempting. It's $12 and I think it would look really pretty with Christmas decor, but darn it, I'm gonna pass. The pricing is just a little bit high for me. It's almost there. I feel like we got a lot more picking today to do. After digging through the flea markets in Europe, I have even more of an appreciation for the old and tattered and rusty and dusty, and I'm digging this beautiful antique bowl. Sadly, they're going out of business, and I guess they've been having a 50% off sale for a long time, so it was very picked over, but I got this one beautiful old bowl for only $5. Next up, we are going to hit Cottage and Castle Antiques. My only find in here today is a mid-century modern necklace. It has a beautiful wooden pendant with a back ring of copper. It's only $8. It's such a beautiful necklace. Our last stop today is one of my favorite spots. It's the Seaside Antique Mall. This antique mall is massive and it is right on the main Broadway street in downtown Seaside. And it's only 2 blocks away from where we're staying. I might have just found the most beautiful box I've ever seen in my life. It is so fascinating. It's a triangle shape with this beautiful wooden inlay. It is $29, but that is so worth it to me. The craftsmanship on this is just stunning. I've never seen this Hudson Bay blanket in person before, the red one. They've got 325 on it, and I know it's worth that. I have 4 of the regular 4-point blankets, but I've never seen the red one. This is a fun brass vase. It's only $35 and it has this really cool dragon that wraps around as part of the handle. I think that's worth it. 35 bucks is not bad for this. I'm not gonna get it, but I just had to show you this goat napkin holder. I think it's kind of adorable. I want this little wooden guy up here on the top of the shelf, but he's so high up there and I'm scared I'm gonna knock everything over. So I think we're gonna just let him hang out there. We're on a roll for boxes today. That's kind of been my thing lately. I've picked up so many vintage boxes. I think I might have even looked at this one the last time I was here, and I think I didn't buy it because of the price. Let's see how much it is. It is $45. I'm sticking with my beautiful triangle one, but I do like this because I think I've picked it up before. Maybe if it's here next time, I'll change my mind, or if this space is on sale. This vase is massive. The vibrant colors on it are really fun. It says it's made in Portugal and they've got $68 on it. This would definitely be a statement vase in a space for that pop of color. So how many of you remember when I found the snake/horse holder on my road trip to Las Vegas and had these cool little protruding heads that looked kind of like snakes, kind of like horses? Well, I think that this is what it would have originally been, a fishbowl on top. Isn't that cool? $3.85. That's neat. I'll have to tell the gentleman who bought that from me at the Left Coast Flea that he can come check this one out if he wants to buy the bowl. And since you see my pile right now as I'm checking out, I've got to tell you that I got something I've been wanting for over 2 years here from the Seaside Antique Mall. Some of you will probably recognize these striped jugs. I made an offer, they accepted, and I can't wait to show them to you at the end of the video in my home. I'm also picking up this copper frame from the 1800s. I'll tell you in a few minutes what I'm going to do with this. The rain has cleared. It's turning out to be a beautiful afternoon. Jesse got some work done at the hotel while I was out thrifting with you. And now we're gonna go on a walk on the beach. You caught the bubbles?
Oh, you're gonna carry me away.
You gonna go away with the bubbles? It's gonna be a pretty sunset. There's a full-on rainbow all the way across the sky. I got an awesome piece of art for $80. It's an original painting and it reminded me of Bruges, so can't wait to style this one up when I get home. What a good day. For our off-season seaside getaway, we stayed at the Starry Night Inn. This was our first time staying there and we absolutely loved it. The main house is from the year 1900 and it has been beautifully restored and has been filled with quirky secondhand finds. We were greeted with the most incredible charcuterie board I've ever had, some amazing wine, and a cozy fire. I love that the rooms are decorated with a very eclectic mix of vintage styles. The best part about the Starry Night was definitely the spa. They have converted an old carriage house into a private spa. They have the most amazing smelling house-made bath products. They had bath bombs, bubbles, salts, potions, and lotions. They have an infrared sauna, a full-body zero-gravity massage chair that Jesse and I were fighting over, and then you go into the completely private outdoor area and they have 2 beautiful soaking tubs. You can bathe privately under the stars while sipping your favorite drink with fizzy bath treatments. We booked the Starry Night Affair, which is a private hour-and-a-half in the spa, with the bath bombs, bubbles, salt, and bottle of wine included. And they are giving a special offer now through January 31st, 2024. Friends of the Starry Night will get 50% off, which means their basic spa package will only be $25, and the Starry Night Affairs will only be $65. Use the code LUXURY on the spa schedule to receive this offer, and you must book a room with Starry Night Inn to take advantage of this offer. I want to give a huge thanks to Anna and Jen for inviting us down to Seaside, Oregon to stay at the beautiful Starry Night Inn. This place is a hidden gem in Seaside, Oregon. And less than 1 block away is the brand new restaurant Cheese that opened this summer. They have a beautiful restaurant with hot, fresh focaccia bread and incredible seasonal food. Hot focaccia dipped in butternut squash soup with a pistachio drizzle on the top? Yes, please. Thanks for joining me and Jesse in Seaside. We had a really good time, especially staying at the Starry Night Inn. That was my first time staying there, and I'm so glad that we did. You know how much I love supporting small businesses. Jen and Anna are amazing, and they've done a really neat thing there in the community in Seaside. Do you remember when I did my Oregon coast trip about 2.5 years ago, and I did a whole series here on YouTube of that trip? Well, after that trip, everybody kept asking me, where do I stay on the Oregon coast? And I didn't have a lot of recommendations. Well, now I do. If you're going to be visiting the Oregon coast, make sure that you stay at the Starry Night Inn and don't forget to book the spa package. Let's get to my vintage finds from this trip. We're just going to start with this beautiful bowl. Now, I don't pick up a lot of glass, but when I do, I try to make sure that it's going to be worth the investment. This is a vintage Mikasa swirl bowl, and these retail online anywhere from around $60 to $90. So I was very excited when I found this at Goodwill. These make awesome serving bowls, but also really beautiful fruit bowls. When I decorate, I always try to make sure that I have a mix of materials. You've got to have some brass, you've got to have wood, you've got to have pottery with a very soft, natural finish. I always include organic things, whether it's the organic texture or shape. And if you are feeling like you need a little sparkle to make things pop, a beautiful piece of crystal is a great way to do that. Fruit-shaped everything is in right now. I even saw a lot of fruit Halloween costumes this past week. I think that this would be so fun to decorate with in the summer if you're having a picnic or you're just having a little summer backyard get-together. I got a set of 4 of these glass apple plates, and I just think they're so much fun. I'm always looking for handmade studio pottery. I thought this one was really pretty. It's kind of a brown taupey color with these little blue swirls, and it's a pitcher. So if you're entertaining, you're having friends over and you mix up a little olive oil and balsamic dressing, you could pour it in here. It's a really pretty one. The colors on it are great, and it was only $5. It is artist signed on the bottom, and it's from the 1970s. was just talking about organic shape and texture, and this piece is exactly what I was talking about. You see how it's not perfectly square? I love this look. I think it is so beautiful. There's just something so natural yet also modern about it. This one is artist signed on the back, and I love the soft matte black. This one's really, really pretty. If I needed any more dishes at home, I would for sure keep this one. It's very tempting to keep for staging too, but I'm gonna let it go because I'm in a very letting go phase of my life right now. However, I am going to hang on to this one just for a little bit longer so that I can use it in a few episodes doing some styling because it is just so pretty. Look at all the detail on this. That's all inlaid wood. Isn't that incredible? I love this so much. This is a fabulous handmade box and it's got little feet on the bottom, triangle. It's beautiful. You'll see this in a few upcoming episodes, and then I'll try to let go of this one for the Christmas sale because this would be a beautiful gift to give to somebody, especially if you were giving them a gift of jewelry. I love the idea of giving it to them in an actual box instead of just a cardboard or plastic container. I think it would be so much more special giving it to them in a beautiful box like this. Definitely one of my favorite finds from this trip. This one's a little bit different than what I would normally pick up. It is actually a fruit scoop. So you hold it by the handle and you scoop cranberries, apparently. That's what the tag says. When I saw this though, I kept thinking this would be beautiful if you had your dish soap on each side. In our kitchen, I have my hand soap and my dish soap in similar containers. One's just lighter and the other one's darker, so we know which one is which. And I thought something like this would be really cool to use in a different way than it was intended. Of course, if you go cranberry picking, I got a scoop for you too. Can't go wrong with a classic timeless pitcher. This one's kind of a cool size because it's larger than just a coffee or tea creamer, but it's not as big and heavy as a full jug. So this would make a really great pitcher to keep wooden utensils in your kitchen, or if you're just serving yourself and you want to bring a refill with you and you don't need a giant pitcher. And the colors on this were screaming fall to me. You know I will always pick up a single goblet. This one was only $1.99. You might be curious why I wanted a hand-painted wooden egg for $2. Well, I will show you why. I have a marble one that I picked up while I was picking in Europe, but I'm really excited to have a second one here in my staging and styling stash because this is going to be great for if I'm selling egg holders. It is just so much prettier than having a real egg in there. I almost passed this one up. I was already in line at Goodwill and I kind of saw it out of the corner of my eye on a little area that I didn't check out. And there were 3 or 4 people behind me already. And so I was really on the fence. I'm like, is it worth going over there for and losing my place in line? Now that it's all said and done, I am glad that I got out of line and I picked it up. It's a pretty little vintage planter with flowers painted onto it. And it has 3 holes so you can add a hook system and have it hanging. For something this small, you could even add just a little bit of twine and I'm sure it would hold it well. I saw this in the glass jewelry case at the Seaside Antique Mall and I was like, that is so pretty, but I would never use it. And then all of a sudden I was like, but I could style with that. I've been kind of slowly working on building up a collection of different and unique and beautiful things here in the studio space to be able to decorate with so that I can show you a variety and different ways to decorate. And I have a few bathroom and vanity accessories, but not very many. This is so pretty and it's kind of a crossover piece to me. I think it would look beautiful if I went for a more cottage or Victorian vibe, but it would also work with mid-century modern design. And I can even add perfume into it that I can spray here in the studio if I want it to smell good. This quail ring is one of my best finds though. I knew what it was when I saw it and I ended up only paying $80, which for a sterling silver ring sounds like it might be a lot, but Carolyn Pollock is a very collected and desirable designer, so I knew that this was worth at least $185 to $200. I grew up in the granite and stone industry. My grandpa started a headstone monument company in the late 1940s. And so I've grown up around marble and granite my entire life. And I will tell you that as soon as I saw this, I got excited because this is the one thing that I love from the 1980s. I love the natural stone that was used. And this green stone reminds me so much of a lot of the stone that I saw going through the shop when I was there in the 80s and early 90s as a kid. This one is a napkin holder, and I think we might have even had a conference table out of this same stone. It's so funny. I love when things bring back memories. I think that's one of the funnest parts about shopping secondhand and vintage. I got 3 beautiful handmade studio pottery bowls. This one's a beautiful speckled classic 1970s bowl with a shiny glaze on the bottom section. But this is my favorite bowl that I have thrifted in a very, very long time. I don't know what it is about it, but as soon as I saw it, I got really excited. It didn't actually have a price tag on it, so I was a little nervous that when you go up to the counter, sometimes they won't sell it to you at all if it didn't have a price tag. In this case, they said no problem, we'll take it to the back and get it priced. They came out with a $6.99 price tag on it, which I thought was completely fair for such a beautiful piece of pottery. I have not been able to figure out who this artist is, and I have spent probably 2 hours on Google researching. I've even looked in some pottery mark books, and I have not been able to figure out who this is. And I am hoping so badly that one of you out there will help me out with this signature. The finish, the texture on it is just so beautiful. It's got that very lava glaze look, but it's smooth at the same time. And it's this perfect creamy peachy color with just enough detail and abstract design added into it to make it look interesting yet completely neutral at the same time. I would love to learn about the maker of this pottery. If any of you happen to know this signature, please comment below. I would be super grateful. And I also got this 3rd piece of beautiful studio pottery, which is also signed by the artist. I think that there must have been an estate clear out because I got some really good things, and a lot of them look like they might have come from the same household. It was definitely my lucky day thrifting. These are weird and wild and kind of fun. I'm not positive that these are vintage, but when I looked them up, it does look like they could be vintage acrylic salad tongs. I don't know why, but I just think it's funny to be using your hands to hold hands to scoop the salad. I just think that'd be great for entertaining. They were only $3.99 for the pair, for the set of 2 of them. We are coming up on the end of 2023, which is absolutely wild. So when I've been looking for things for my December sale, I wanted things that people could use, not just for the holidays, but also to celebrate the new year. So I got this set of beautiful crystal glasses. I thought these would be perfect for toasting champagne to a new year. I love the shape on this little stainless steel olive oil pitcher. I think this would be perfect to take to the table if you're serving something that needs a little drizzle on top. I already have one at home that's out of glass that I'm going to show you that I use for serving on the table because I'm so excited that I finally splurged and picked up my dream olive oil and balsamic vinegar containers to keep on my kitchen counters that I will use for cooking. So we are going to head home, go to the kitchen, and I'm going to show you how perfect they look there. So a lot of you will probably remember these jugs from the Seaside Antique Mall from about a year ago, and possibly even an episode from 2 years ago. They've been there for a long time. They were asking $99 on the round one and $89 on the tall one. I made an offer of, I believe it was $120 for both, and they said yes. So I'm very excited. These are going to be the perfect olive oil and balsamic vinegar decanters to have here for when I'm cooking. I wanted something that actually held a lot of oil and vinegar because I wanted something that would just pour nice and easy without having the jars from the grocery store. Now this is the one that I do put on the island or the table when we are hosting or when we're just cooking for Jesse and I, because obviously I don't want something giant on the table, and it's kind of a fun one. It's a modern made piece. I got it off of Amazon, and you can pour the balsamic out of the top and the oil out of the side, and it's just a fun one, but it's not very practical for cooking. I got this little salt and pepper tagine style piece of pottery in Morocco, and it's too much going on with the stripes, especially with the stripe background, so I think I'm going to move this to a different spot in the kitchen, and those can live right there. I'm so excited about them, and I'm glad they accepted my offer.
When I saw this on the shelf at Goodwill, it really made me want a bowl of chili. So I thought if it makes me feel that way, it's gonna make someone else feel that way. There wasn't a set, it was just a single, but there are a lot of you who live alone and you don't need a whole set. And I got the really cute top that is behind me. I'll pop that on here in just a second and show that to you. But I also got a Christmas gift for my nieces. So I have two nieces that are 3 and 1.5. They are in full-on dollhouse and playing with baby doll stage. So this little set is gonna be perfect to gift to them for their dollhouse. They're a little bit large, so I don't know for sure they're gonna fit in their dollhouse, but I figured they could be patio furniture if they don't fit inside the dollhouse. It was $6.99 for the full set of them. They're in really great shape, and I just love gifting things secondhand. You can find more thoughtful, more unique gifts without all the plastic. This is one of my favorite finds from this trip too. It's a napkin holder, and it is a Danish teak one. It needs a little cleaning and oiling, but I think it's gonna look awesome after that. You put your stack of napkins here, and then as the napkins go down, you got the little holder. And this has to be the most exciting gift that I found on this trip. This is from the 1880s. It's signed 1888 right here. The writing on it is German, so I'm sure it was from Germany. And I just think this is gonna be such a cool gift to give to my mom. My mom loves antiques, and she had 6 kids, and there are 6 spots on here. So when I saw it, I just knew I had to splurge on this because I thought it would be a beautiful gift, a thoughtful gift, and just something different that maybe can stay in our family and get passed down from generation to generation. The plaque area comes off very easily without damaging the frame, and it looks like it was actually added on after the fact. So I am going to take it off to present it to her, but what my goal would be is to eventually use the back side of the plaque to write our family name on here and see if there's a way that I can turn it around and swap it so that I'm still keeping the original on the back side, but that I can make it more appropriate for our family. So stay tuned for how this turns out as her gift. This top is a perfect fit, and I just love the colors. I think it's so pretty with the blues and the greens. This top was $12.99, and this brand retails online for about $150 for a top. So I got a really good deal on this one. Well, thank you so much for joining me on these adventures on the Oregon coast. I would love to hear what your favorite item that I picked up in today's episode was. Happy thrifting if you were out there looking for things for your home or for resale, and I will see you in the next adventure.